Thank you very much. Well, more now on the deadly shooting in Midtown where 4 people were killed, including an off-duty police officer.
Terrified people ran for their lives as the suspected gunman opened fire inside a Park Avenue building before turning the gun on himself. It happened at the end of the workday when many people were going home from work. Joining us, a witness to the shooting. He's one of our co-workers, friends, Matt Ohnemus. Nice to have you here. I mean, when I heard that you were right there and kind of in the middle of it, I was like, is Matt crazy?
Just walking home.
Okay, tell us what happened yesterday.
So I was walking home from work, and I was between 51st and 50th. And as I got to 50th Street, a rush of people came past me.
They were running past you.
Running past me. And I had my headphones on, and I had the noise canceling on, which I'm never going to do again. So as they're running past me, I took out my headphones, and I hear gunshots, shooter.
I heard gunshots.
People, no, I'm sorry. People were saying gunshots, shooter. And then I looked, and I caught this family's face, you know, their expression, and they looked scared. So I said, okay, something's up. This isn't just like people running by. So I turned around, and people were still kind of lingering around. It kind of quieted down a little bit, and I walked back to 51st Street and stood by the church there, the church steps, and I could see police officers with their guns drawn, and something was still going on. So I called our news director, Matt Ohnemus, and I said, there's
obviously people running from the building, frightened for their lives.
Yeah, I saw a lot of police officers, well, not a lot of police officers at first, but I saw police officers kind of hiding behind the trees with their guns drawn, behind cars, behind the planters, all looking in that Bank of America building right on the side. And some of them were going towards the side, towards the door. And as I was filming, people started coming out. There were 2 people that looked like they were in the building, a woman and a man. And then I saw officers coming out, bringing wounded people out. And then I knew something was really serious and wrong.
What were people saying when they were coming out? I mean, were they saying that, were you giving you any details about what may
People
or may
that were
not
on the
have
steps were saying, you know, there was a shooter, you know, I heard gunshots. One of my videos that I shot, you hear the gunshot right at the end, and then it was just one pop. I talked to somebody afterwards who was speaking to a woman that was on the steps that saw the gunman walk in. He said, oh, he had an AR-15 rifle, and she heard automatic fire. I heard one gunshot when I was recording, and then after that, we were just all right there on 51st Street, and then slowly more police officers started coming in, SWAT teams and things like that.
I want to kind of give people perspective, because you're not a reporter, you're not a photographer.
Nope.
What's your, I should know this, but what is your exact title?
Yeah, you should know this. I'm the design director here. I've been the design director here for about 24 years.
And you also produce podcasts.
That's right.
I mean, you and I produce a true crime podcast that we've done many times. Yeah. I mean, and then all of a sudden you find yourself as a part of a huge crime here in the city.
It was surreal, for sure. And like you said, when we did the tape room and talking with photojournalists, you know, that work in our building, I've got a tremendous amount of respect for them, the kind of work they do, and recording all the bad stuff that's going on in the city. You know, along with all the bad stuff that was happening, you know, I saw an overwhelming amount of good with these police officers. They were all going towards that door, so it was pretty amazing.
You know what? I'm amazed at how quickly they were there.
Yeah.
Were you? I mean, you were there. You see these people running for their lives, and the next thing you see, police officers running in.
It seemed like there was one police vehicle there at first, and then all of a sudden there was just a fleet of cars, ambulances. Then, you know, the big, was it the Bear SWAT truck came rolling by. It was overwhelming for us, and I met up with our colleague Linda Schmidt afterwards, and that's when people started pushing us back towards Lexington.
It's kind of a sad reality of America in 2025, but have you taken a minute to take a breath, put it in perspective? I mean, there's a little bit
I mean, it's difficult. I'm sure I will at some point, but I got home like at 12:30 last night and turned around, came right back here this morning, and it's still a little bit of a whirlwind for sure.
Why did you stay? You know, I mean, you stayed. You could have left. I mean, you could have.
You know, I work in news. I work with you guys, and Linda was right there, and I was, you know, helping Linda out, and was there with Gus, the cameraman, so I was there. So.
What did your wife have to say when you got home?
Yeah, she hasn't talked to
Matt?
me yet. Yeah, she was.
Did she say you have 2 children, Matt?
Yeah. My youngest Tyler was texting me. He was like, "When are you coming home?" And you know,
Yeah,
I know it was serious with my
family.
60-year-old son, who doesn't normally, you know, pick his head up from his phone, called me and said, "Are you okay?" So it was, a moment that I let them know that everything's good, and I'm fine. So
we all work in the city. I mean, worked here for 15 years in the city, 20 years for yourself, and this is not necessarily something that you worry about, like a school shooting maybe, or shootings that we see in the Midwest with these high-powered rifles. I mean, just as an employee in the city, someone who commutes, like, are you worried now? Like, do you think, have you had time to even think about that?
Like being in the city for 24 years, I think I like to say that I always had my head on a swivel, but I was surprised by the people rushing past me. And that's, like I said, I had the noise canceling AirPods on. So you're really just kind of in your own world walking. That kind of surprised me. And I will always have my headphones on transparency mode when I'm walking around the city, because you just never know. But I always thought that I kind of had, I had some good sense when I was in and around the city, but that was a shocker for sure.
Well, we appreciate you being our eyes and ears yesterday, and we're happy that you're safe. Don't do that again.
Okay.
Okay?
I don't want to do that.
Don't do that again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
But thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, take a deep breath.